video, we have learned central atom, ligands, coordination entity, coordination number and oxidation number. Now we are going to learn in this video types of complexes and IUPAC name of coordination compounds.
Evaluate page number 133. When the coordination compound CrCl3 4 moles of water is mixed with the silver nitrate solution, 1 mole of silver chloride is precipitated per mole of compound. If we need 1 mole of silver chloride means only 1 chlorine should be available for the silver nitrate solution. So only 1 chlorine means that only 1 chlorine is present outside the square bracket. So we assign that coordination compound is given below. Inside the square bracket Cr, H2O4 and Cl2, and then outside the square bracket Cl. Afterward we slip that one, we get the square bracket Cr, H2O4, Cl2 plus 1. This is the complex cation, and simple anion Cl minus we get it. Afterward the simple anion Cl minus reacted with the 1 mole of silver nitrate, we get AgCl 1 mole. So this compound only we have to assign. Next one, in this compound inside the square bracket you see that around the chromium how many ligands is present means 4 water molecules and 2 chlorine molecules, so that the secondary valency is 6. Next question is given in your book. Give one test to differentiate cobalt and then amine 5 and Cl square bracket and SO4, and the same one cobalt 5 moles of amine SO4 inside the square bracket, outside chlorine is given. So first compound that is split into SO4 2 minus, and then the complex cation the cobalt amine 5 and Cl 2 plus. That sulfate is reacted with the barium chloride means we get barium sulfate white precipitate. The same way another compound is given, that cobalt 5 amine sulfate inside the square bracket and Cl is outside. Which one is split into, we get Cl minus and then cobalt 5 amine sulfate and plus is the complex cation. The Cl minus reacted with the AgNO3, 1 mole of AgNO3 we get 1 mole of AgCl, that is white precipitate. So for the first compound we have to react with the barium chloride, we get white precipitate. For the second compound, when it react with the silver nitrate, it gives white precipitate as a AgCl. This is the differentiate between these two compounds. Types of complexes. Based on the net charge of the complex ion and kinds of ligands present in the coordination entity, the complexes are classified into two types. First of all, based on the net charge, it is classified into three types. One is cationic complex. The net charge is positive means it is called as cationic complex. See the example. In all example, the square above the square bracket, that is in superscript, it is having positive charges only. So this complex is called as cationic complex. And second one, when the complex bear negative charges, that is called as anionic complex. See the example. In all square bracket in superscript, it is mentioned as a negative charge, so they are anionic complex. And third one, if the complex having no charges means it is called as neutral complex. See the example. In all the square bracket there is no charges is mentioned in the superscript, so they are neutral complex. Now classification is based on the ligands. First is only one kind of ligands is present means it is called as homoleptic. See the example. Around the cobalt 6 NH3 is present, so only one kind is present, so that it is a homoleptic complex. The same way in iron, around the iron 6 water is present, so same type of ligand means it is called as homoleptic complex. In second one, if more than one kind of ligands are present means that complex is called as heteroleptic complex. See the example. Around the cobalt, first example, 5 amine and then 1 chlorine is present. There is two different type of ligands are present, so it is heteroleptic complex. The same way in another example, around the platinum 2 amine and 2 chlorine. two different kind of ligands are present, so it is a heteroleptic complex. Next one, we are going to see the nomenclature of coordination compound. In earlier days, so many compounds are discovered, but that compounds were named by the discoverers, so that there is some confusion arises. To clear that confusion, the IUPAC, what is IUPAC? The International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry has developed some nomenclature and gives guidelines for the naming the coordination compounds. First of all, that Jay's salt, see the formula: potassium inside the square bracket, platinum Cl3C2H4, and Magnus green salt inside the square bracket, platinum NH3 4 and another square bracket, platinum and Cl4. So if we know in common name means there is some confusion. If we follow the IUPAC name, we can easily name that compound. The first guidelines in IUPAC is the cation is named first, followed by the anion. See the first example, K4FeCN6. If we split that one, we get K plus FeCN6 4 minus. Here, which one is cation? The K plus is cation. So we have to name first that K plus. In our second example, the copal NH3 6 and inside the square bracket and Cl3 is outside the square bracket. How can you split this one? The inside the square bracket is become as 3 plus and Cl is become as minus. Now this copal NH3 3 plus is called as complex cation. Before the Cl minus, we have to name for the complex cation because it is a cation only. Next, in the third example, it is a both are complex cation and complex anion. See that one. First one, platinum NH4 become as 2 plus and PtCl4 is become as 2 minus. We have to name for the that P2 NH3 4 2 plus is named first because it is a complex cation. Second guideline is the simple ions are named as in other ionic compounds. Na plus means we have to say sodium, K plus means potassium, Cu2 plus means copper, and Cl minus means we have to say chloride, and NO3 minus means nitrate, and SO4 2 minus means sulfate. Third guideline is to name a complex ion, the ligands are named first, followed by the central metal atom or ion. For example, in FeCN6 4 minus, which one is central atom? Ion is the central atom, and which one is ligand? The Cn is the ligand. What they are saying here? First of all, we name the ligand. So how many ligands are there? 6 ligands. So hexa, cyano, and ion is here. We have to say ferrate. Why we are saying ferrate means it is in anionic complex. Anionic complex means we have to say not ferrous. Ferrate only we have to say. Next one, in second example, inside the square bracket, Gopal NH34Cl2. Here the central atom is Gopal and ligands NH3 and Cl2. Here we are alphabetical order we have to name. So first, how many amine is present? 4. So tetraamine. And how many chlorine? 2 chlorine, dichloro, and Gopal 3. So first of all, in complex means we have to name for the ligand first, afterward we have to put the central atom. This is the third guideline, and also the ligand should be arranged in the alphabetical order. Naming the ligands. If the ligands are anion, we should end the letter with O. If the ligands are cation, we should end the letter IUM. If the ligands are neutral means we have to say some other name. For example, water means we have to write aqua. For CO we have to write carbonate. For NH3 we have to write amine. See the spelling AMMINE. For nitrosyl, for NO means nitrosyl. So we have to write these terms for neutral ligands. In second guidelines, amphidentate ligand, for example thiocyanate, formula is SCN. Here sometimes the SCN is, the sulfur is coordinate with the central atom, or sometimes the nitrogen is coordinate with the central atom. See the red color. Rose color means sulfur is coordinate with the central atom. Red color means the nitrogen is coordinate with the central atom. Sulfur coordinate with the central atom means we have to say thiocyanato small ks. For nitrogen means we have to say thiocyanato small kn. This is for ampidentate ligand. We have to write the small k term before the name. What atom is going to be coordinate with the central atom? That atom we have to mention and with the k term. The third guideline, suppose more than one ligand is present means, for example, 2 ligands means di, 3 ligands means tri, 4 ligands means tetra. Sometimes the ligand itself it contains Greek prefix. For example, ethylene diamine. Suppose 2 ethylene diamine is present means we can't say that diethylene diamine. For that time we have to write bis ethylene diamine. Suppose 2 ethylene diamine is present means we have to write bis ethylene diamine. Suppose 3 ethylene diamine is present means we can't say that triethylene diamine. That time we have to say tris ethylene diamine. Now this numerical prefixes we entered means we cannot take into account for alphabetizing of name of the ligand. Naming the central atom, cationic or neutral complexes, the element name is used as such. But in anionic complexes, the metal name is entered with the ATE. The oxidation state of metal is written immediately after the metal name using by Roman numeral in parenthesis. Now for cationic complexes means chromium, acetate we write chromium. But the chromium present in anionic complex means we never write it as chromium. We have to write as chromate. The same way for zinc means in cationic complex zinc, but anionic complex zincate. In aluminium, cationic complex means aluminium, anionic complex means aluminate. For iron, cationic complex we mentioned as iron, but anionic complex ferrate. For copper, a cationic complex copper, but anionic complex cuprate. For cobalt, cationic complex cobalt, but anionic complex cobaltate. For lead, Pb means lead, cationic complex lead, but anionic complex plumbate. For silver, the cationic complex is silver, but anionic complex argentate. Sn in cationic complex tin, but anionic complex tannate. In gold, the cationic complex is mentioned as gold, but in anionic complex it is mentioned as aurate. In platinum, cationic complex it is mentioned as platinum, but in anionic complex it is mentioned as platinate. First compound K4FeCN6. How can you split this one? K plus FeCN6 4 minus. Here ligand is cyanide minus negative ligand. Name of the ligand with the prefix. How many ligands are there? 6 ligands. So hexa. But here the carbon is coordinate with the central atom Fe. So we have to write cyanido, the small k term with the C. So we have to write now hexacyanido small kc. Central atom is iron, but it is present in the anionic complex, so we have to write ferrate. And oxidation state we have to find out for iron. We get 2 plus 2, so we have to write in parenthesis Roman numeral 2. Now IUPAC name is potassium. Why we have to write potassium first means it is a simple cation. So potassium we have to mention as first. We already saw in the first guideline potassium. Now hexacyanido small kc ferrate 2. In the example 2, we have to split this compound means first cationic complex only we are getting. Another one, ligands are present here are amine and then chlorine. So how many ligands are present means amine is 4, so tetraamine, and it is a neutral ligand, and chlorine is 2 ligands, so di, and that ligand is present, we have to write it as chlorido. So tetraamine dichlorido, in alphabetical order we are going to write, and central atom is Gopal here. It is present in the cationic complex. So mention the Gopal as it is as a Gopal. Then oxidation state of central atom we have to find out. We know very well how to find out this central oxidation number. For Gopal we get it as 3 plus 3. So mentioned as in this parenthesis as a Roman numeral 3. Now in the anion we get it as Cl minus, that is a simple one. So we have to write as a chloride. Please refer our second guidelines. So Cl minus is a chloride. Now IUPAC name is, first of all the complex is the cationic complex. In the complex means we have first to write the ligand name. So how many ligands are there? Amine and chlorine. How many amine? Tetraamine, and chlorine 2 chlorine dichlorido, and Gopal 3 and chloride. We are writing the ligands in the alphabetical order. So amine first and chlorine is next. In example 3, see the compound, both are complex. The cation also complex and anion also complex. First cationic complex, in this one the En means ethylene diamine. How many ethylene diamine is present? 3 ethylene diamine. Already the ethylene diamine contain di word. So we have to use another prefix numeral, that is tris. Tris ethane 1,2 diamine. Next, the chromium is present in the cationic complex, so that the chromium name alone we have to use. Next, oxidation state. That oxidation state we are finding means we get 3. And anionic complex, now we see the anionic complex CrF6 3 minus. Here how many fluorine is present? 6 fluorine. So prefix for that fluorine means hexafluorido, and chromium it is present in the anionic complex. We have to mention as chromate, and oxidation number we get it as +3 for chromium. So mentioned in that +3 as in Roman numeral 3 in parenthesis. Now we are going to see the IUPAC name. First cationic complex means first mention the ligand. What is the ligand in cationic complex? Tris ethane 1,2 diamine. Along with the ligand chromium is present. So chromium as it is we are writing with Roman numeral 3 because it is a oxidation state of that chromium. Next anionic complex. First of all write the ligand. What is the ligand here? Fluorine and hexafluorido, but the chromium is present in the anionic complex, so we never write it as chromium. That is end with 8 chromate. And what is the oxidation state here? +3, so we have to write in parenthesis Roman numeral 3. What is the name here now? Tris ethane 1,2 diamine, chromium 3, hexafluorido chromate 3.